start recording. All right, are we ready for a recap?
Yes, please.
There was a lot that happened last session. Getting to here. Session 41. The party made short order in besting the manic Auric operative Vodasi, freeing Pelanistra from her easily avoidable captivity. Pelanistra revealed, however, that her plan had been to record Vodasi, who revealed Geordi's identity, his next move, and the Auric's clear intentions to wreak havoc on the school. Pelanistra believed that this recording would finally expose Geordi and unite the school leadership against him. The party leapt into motion to warn their founders of Geordi's plot, in particular the plot against Shadrax. To Ovi's chagrin, Shadrax's ego seemed to get the best of his judgment, a move that Ovi believed would result in his ultimate demise. They received the best responses they could have, believing that the founders would be on high alert, everyone of course except Beladros, who the party preferred to keep in the dark. Indigo and Pelanistra finally approached Professor Contraption and made a bid for the Manus Mentis, the gloves of creation, the last piece of the Statera Opus. While initially reluctant, Indigo, supported by Pelanistra, was able to win him over, and she finally achieved her objective, the unification of the legendary Statera Opus. The party debated testing out the power of the unification, but opted for a long rest instead to leave Indigo time to attune to all the items. As the party fell into fitful sleeps, Ovi was visited by the light in his dream. The light seemed sad and urgent and warned him that a darkness was approaching and he would be the remaining ember left to shine. Confused by this admonition, Ovi awoke naked in a strange misty forest, not where he had begun his night in his Silver Quill dormitory. Ovi began to navigate his way as best he could with some limited support from Hattie. As the other party members awoke and began their day, they discovered, to their horror, that Strixhaven had changed dramatically. Silver Quill campus was gone, or better put, appeared to have never existed in the first place. Strixhaven was divided into 4 colleges, and as they questioned each other and key staff, it became clear Geordi had somehow removed Shadrax Silverquill from time altogether. Even Ovi's mother, Vishara, had no knowledge of Ovi. As Ovi processed this new reality, Indigo showed off and used the power of the Statera Opus to transform into a magnificent Indigo dragon, a tool the party expects will benefit them greatly in the days to come. Velomachus addressed the school body, revealing the imminent threat of the Demigoth Titan. He called the school to attention and agreed to lead the offensive himself. The party has been invited to participate in the plan for the Titan's arrival and has been asked to be one of 5 battalions to join the offensive. 2 things happen before I turn it over to you. One, let's see, what order do I want to do this in? Beladros contacts Hattie in a message. And believing that, as she has, that Hattie has convinced her that she is on her side and loyal, gives you directions to open a negative plane portal on each of the other campuses besides Witherbloom. However, in this timeline, there has been no moratorium on the negative plane. The secrecy was demanded by Shadrax, and with his absence, no one has pushed back on the exploration of the negative plane. So Osmagod is free to help you try and open these. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
I just said a fucking course. Osmagod is the only one available.
So you can decide how you want to respond to those directives, but she gives you a very clear directive: open 1 on each of the other campuses. I will say, the message you receive, even though the timeline has changed, what are you doing? Hang on just a second. Why are you out of bed?
What's going on there?
I'm missing unicorn.
Solid.
Yeah.
I didn't know she knew how
That's
to
a
open
whole
it.
different quest line,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, what's your passive perception? I don't know.
Charisma.
Um,
Not enough.
You do believe, Hattie, that even though the time has changed, that her intent to use the shadow monsters against the school is still her primary objective, not to defend the school as she has told everybody else. So do with that what you will. The second thing that happens before you can decide what you want to do is Velamachus tells the school that scouts from Witherbloom have located the Titan, and they estimate that it will arrive in about 2 weeks at the pace it's going and its trajectory. Now, what I will show you, because these are some things, you can decide how you want to proceed. Let's do this again. Allow me to see your screen. Use operating system setting. Allow. Let's do this again to me, huh?
Good thing we have the
There we
recording
go.
of how to make it work.
Yeah.
Okay. Strixhaven 41. Then we've got, here are the 4 campuses. So it is going to be coming from the northeast here, Witherbloom campus. This is Quandrix, Lorehold, and Prismari's opposite it. Here is what I want to show you. This is a newer map of Witherbloom campus. So all of these are still the terrains that you have visited. It's just wider. Now, I haven't really given a personality to these, but this is bordering Quandrix, so eventually you hit the junkyard over here, and there is still this body of water between Witherbloom and Lorehold, as there always was. So Silverquill used to be here. This is where the graveyard used to be, kind of separating the 2 campuses. So one of the things you are welcome to weigh in on, if you are interested, is kind of picking your spot for the showdown. How far you want it to get, how close you want it to get to campus. If any of these might be advantageous for you. If you don't choose, then Velamachus will choose. But I wanted you to have some say in this.
And our sphere of annihilation is...
In Mountain Hex 24. Also, and I think I mentioned this last time around, Velamachus is very interested in who you trust. And again, you are one of 5 battalions. So if you want to nominate or figure out how your school could contribute, sorry, Seth.
No.
A battalion of sorts to tackle. The idea is that each battalion would take one of the 5 arms. Velamachus would take the head, and together, hopefully, this unified attack would do something.
Literally? Arm? Like arm?
Yes.
Okay.
5 arms.
Okay.
They're kind of in like a pinwheel around its body. Let's see if I can shut down this stuff.
Those of you who have like more nature-y powers, do you have an opinion? Would forest, grassland, mountains matter to you, or?
In terms, vote for opinions.
Sure. I didn't know if any of you had specific abilities or spells that would matter for the region that you're in.
So far, I do not.
I'm trying to remember if there are like creatures in regions that will probably like fight if there's something threatening near them. Like we could use that to our advantage. Didn't the desert have like big scorpion monsters?
Yeah, which one was the worst? Like the little fairy things, the like
That's true.
a dragon.
You'll be a dragon. Maybe you can convince him to join
What is
us.
a dragon? Yeah.
If
Why
those girls
is,
get murdered, I'm quitting.
why is just the sphere of annihilation not enough?
I know it probably is. I'm fine with doing. I mean, if the sphere's already in Mount 24, it makes most sense just to set up shop there. I just
How do we get it to go there? We just follow it and...
Isn't it there already?
How do we get the Demigoth Titan to go to the
Oh.
Sphere of Annihilation?
Well, how big is it?
The
I mean,
Titan,
we can bring the
over
sphere
100 feet
to
tall. It's gargantuan. It's massive.
I mean, I'm imagining we're gonna have to fight our way to it, right? Or maybe we won't have to worry about it. Maybe we just set up shop and we're gonna magically fight it.
I mean, we could do like a line of people. It seems like we're gonna have a bunch. We could just do like covering the whole area, and then as it hits one area, then everyone else like converges.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to like cross its path. Is Hattie acting weird? Is Hattie choosing not to share this negative plane information with us?
No, I share it. No,
Yeah,
stop. No.
good.
Why would she want you to open those again? I forget.
Because she's got really strong villain energy.
Yeah, what is she bringing through those?
Longesters.
Okay, so maybe don't do that, and maybe we should trap Osmogod for a little bit.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, but that would... Is it beneficial if we fly under the radar for right now with all of this going on, or is it...
Oh, everybody knows, right?
Oh, that's a good question. Does everybody know
About what?
about her?
Belladros?
Yeah. No.
People don't know she's a baddie. A
Yeah.
baddie in a good way.
I mean, the people in charge know.
Is she still a baddie?
But a bad baddie. Not like a good baddie, bad baddie.
Yeah, is she still a bad baddie in this timeline?
Sure.
I would think so,
Because
right?
Jordy still existed.
Yeah. The only thing that doesn't exist is Shadrix and his influence.
I mean, surely Witherbloom's had an oracle then, if Silverquill has never existed.
So
Just in sheer probability.
I fudged this a little bit. So what I will say is, with the exception of Obi, because you aren't supposed to exist,
Right.
everyone else now has a duplicate set of memories. You have a memories of everything you've experienced to date. You also have a memory of a school with 4 colleges that you came to, and it never had a silver quill.
Ew, okay.
You are
Guys,
able to know the
wait.
difference.
Does anybody remember a movie where Sinbad was a genie?
That's
Shazam? Is that what it's
whatever
called?
effect.
No, Shaquille O'Neal's interesting.
Mandela effect.
Okay, also, does anybody remember the Monopoly Man having a monocle?
Yes.
I think that was Mr. Peanut had the mom.
Okay, and is chartreuse purple or green?
Green.
Great.
Okay, just checking what timeline we're all existing in.
Fair. That's good. Good.
Oh dear.
Wait, so
So the
is
things
this
you
just
would...
us, everybody, or like everybody has 2 memories?
Nope, just the 5 of you.
Okay.
Tat pack.
Now, a
Did
few
you have
things...
skippingly?
A few things that I will clarify. Geordi has existed in this timeline. Geordi has also been adamant that the school, even though there's some of these moratoriums were never created because there has never been a parlay with the Hells, there still is a frustration. The Auric still exists, and there's a frustration that the school still has not used its power to better the multiverse, is what Geordi believes. So his crusade has gone pretty much very, very similarly. Shadrix was an easy kind of opponent, you could say. But even in his absence, there still has been an unwillingness to participate. So Geordi has still been on a crusade to make the founders, the leaders of the school get more involved, and they have consistently said no. Belladros has also, her plan has never changed in wanting Strixhaven as basically her own horde. And everything that she has communicated to Hattie and Delta has spot on. And she still brought the Titan here. The Titan is still connected to Geordi. She still wants to see Strixhaven fall so she can rebuild it from the ashes as the sole founder, etc.
Then I think we should tell. If she's the one that freaking brought it here, I think we should tell.
I support.
Because the thing is, if somehow we succeed in stopping this Demigoth Titan, and that's a big part of her plan, and she's free to stab people in the back as it's happening, that's not good. Right?
Is Geordi still the one who has a pact with the Demigoth?
To your knowledge, yes.
Alright.
Oh. To both of our knowledges.
Yep.
I hate this so much.
Okay.
Are there any like traps or things that we think we can set up for this Demigod Titan?
I think that Lorehold could.
Like
don't
I
have
feel
anything
like
special.
we need something to like lure him to a certain area.
Do you think he would listen? And this is a big old monster. Like, how do you lure something that's just a giant?
That's what I
Very
don't know.
little is known of this monster.
Do we know what language the monster speaks?
It's Professor Rizix might know that from also being from the Outer Planes. However, you have ear cuffs of comprehending languages.
Oh, fair.
So you should. Yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think any of you have heard it communicate.
I'm kind of remembering that we had, and it was just kind of like, must kill, must kill, must kill.
I think wasn't that in the dream world?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was Delta's dream that happened. Or did you
I don't think
use
we-
the Teva Deo on it?
That would seem.
I think you did, but I don't know if you heard it speak.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 2 weeks. Plenty of time.
I don't feel like we're gonna be able to reason with this guy. Oh, okay.
No, not yeah. I don't think we can succeed on a persuasion check against old Demigod Titan.
It might be beneficial just to do a little bit of research about Demigod Titans, see if there are some weaknesses,
Yeah,
things.
let's find out their immunities, resistances.
I'll help you with
I
that.
think.
Who's already one of
Someone
you already
has,
researched
yeah.
it in the library. It was the only entry in the entire library you were able to find, and that the Cogs archivists were able to find for you, was written by Professor Rizix, and it was very, very little, not even a page. These are vastly understudied beings, and there was no information included like that in the entry.
I could go visit Professor Rizix and see if he's got some maybe helpful hints.
Do we know what we're doing about this map? Did we decide?
I think we decided we have no strong opinions.
Mountain 24. That's where our...
That's where you want it? You want to lead it to the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
We want to lead it there because that's where we have the
Sphere.
spheres in isolation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then otherwise Lorehold can just, yeah. Do we want to give him some favorite people to put in charge? Maybe Ollie can make some traps?
And maybe...
Yeah, I was trying to get the Artificers Club to form a Voltron. I texted Jimmy about that.
Jimmy
So yeah, my plan is for us nerds to assemble
Like Power Rangers it?
a Metal Warrior for at least one of the arms.
A Mecha Warrior? Yep. So you have the stats for that.
Yes.
You seriously made this?
We picked some stats and statted it up. So yeah, some Lorehold, some Quandrix students will be the second group.
What are the chances? Wait, is what's her name that built that tank thing that we used? Was she Silverquill?
No. She was Quandrix. So Kriega, the half-orc that built the machine.
I assume the Auric probably won't want us to use that, but
We could ask.
Or we could just take
Or we
it.
could steal it.
Yeah,
It's
honestly.
pretty sleight of handy.
Yeah, I don't think they'll notice that it's gone.
Is there still a Scourge of Light?
There is, although it's based in Witherbloom now.
Right, because that's where she's
Oh,
at.
God.
So Jaxie is now a Witherbloom student.
Are you gonna tell your grandma that you're not on her side?
She's not asking for me to talk to her.
Okay. So you're just gonna
Such boundaries.
not do what she says?
Yeah.
Maybe just like play dumb like you forgot, but like you're still on her team, so she
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
like try to kill us all.
Just be like, oh man,
I'm
was
gonna
that
send
today? My bad.
I'm gonna send him back the thumbs up emoji.
Deal.
She just checks back and sees the scene logo from Microsoft Music.
Yeah.
100%.
Scourge of Light would want to fight a Demigoth Titan.
Unless they're in Witherbloom and on with Crazy Granny.
That's true.
Actually, Jaxie enthusiastically agrees to play that part. So
Oh,
she
yeah,
is willing to
Jax.
rally.
Can us Auric folk, can we gauge the Aurics? I assume they don't want to destroy the campus, but how pro Demigoth Titan are they?
How do you want to go about finding that information?
Is there gonna be like a meeting before? Like are they gonna have their own battle strategy?
The three of you have not been called to an Auric meeting.
Have there been Auric meetings? And
Do you
we're
still
just
have your
not behind
tattoo?
If there are, you do still have your tattoos.
Alright.
If there has been a meeting, you've not been notified.
And like Dark Mark hasn't been like lighting up.
Is he close yet? Yeah.
Can I go confer with, what's her name? Grimhilda, Dean of Chaos?
Yeah, you can.
One of the OG Oryx.
Yep. She's down in her lair if you want to go meet with her.
I would love to.
Right.
I'm pretty sure her lair actually smells like ass, but I'll still go.
Oh, it definitely smells like bird. Yeah. All right, you take the lift down into the depths. Oh, no, the puppy.
Sorry, Chessie came to the party.
There you go.
Sure did.
And you find her. She lets you in. Again, she's enormous. I don't think I'm really impressed with like how big she is. She's like 12 or 13 feet tall, right? And big, giant bird. Like, she's big. She lets you in. It does. It stinks. It's dank. It's a little wet for some reason. Well. To what do I owe the pleasure? I assumed you would be making preparations.
Well, how fitting, that's exactly why I came to see you, Professor. I haven't heard any direction on what others are expecting of me. Do you know how best do you think I could prepare for this?
Well, what? I think we are all wanting the same thing. We are wanting a Strixhaven that is free to do as it wishes. What do you believe will liberate the campus from its oppressors?
Well, there's a pretty unified movement, I feel like, against a singular entity right now. I'm wondering if this traumatic experience, this life or death battle will change people's perceptions of how the school should move forward.
Well, chaos really does have its place because when there's chaos, either people band together or they turn on each other. And more often than not, chaos does not breed unity. It's one of the mysteries of the universe. So, chaos has reigned, and here Strixhaven is pretending to be unified. Although you must know that underneath the surface, there are those who are more enthusiastic about this defense than others. Chaos serves a great purpose in accomplishing one's ends.
I'm mostly if I fight in the coming weeks here, I'm just worried due to the magic of, and I like not so subtly just like stare at my arm. I'm worried that my life may become in jeopardy.
Oh, well, surely you realize that the stated goal of the Auric is liberation from the founders themselves. A threat against Strixhaven would eliminate all ability to accomplish its mission to send people out into the world to do good. So, defending some might be noble and in line with our mission. You will have to see what the intent of your heart is. That is the magic, after all, of the tattoo. Do you wish to support the mission of the Auric, or do you wish to work against it?
Obviously support it.
Well said. As someone
Roll for
who...
deception.
No, I got my magical ring. She can never know if I'm lying.
That's right.
That's good.
Well, fight or don't fight, I think the decisions in the moment are going to be more crucial.
Agreed. Yeah,
The
I've
Auric have never been against the core institution or the individual choice of its students. Auric has meant to hold people accountable. As a matter of fact, what is our credo? Justice or chaos?
This honestly feels like a both situation.
Sometimes a cleansing is exactly what we need.
The irony of that being stated in her dank layer is not lost.
Never heard of Lysol.
He pulls out hand sanitizer.
Fair point.
I'll just thank Professor Grimhilda for her time and say you're right. I need to prepare for what's coming. Thank you for the advice on what the future holds.
Well said. And Mr. Gruber, as you go, realize there will be a world after all of this happens. Make sure that you are here for it and that you are prepared to take the place to which you are expected to be.
Yeah, noted.
Oh.
The expectations this first year here at Strixhaven have been increasing at an incredible rate, so if I survive the coming battle, I'll be ready for whatever's next.
Very good.
Oh.
Does this apply to all three of them? Or is something weird about him?
Interesting.
You heard what he heard.
Interesting.
I'd like to get together with Delta and Garrett and give them the lowdown on kind of my inklings that be careful during this fight with the Demigoth, because the Auric are kind of rooting for it to succeed to a certain extent.
So, like, we can't fight back?
I mean, we can to a certain degree, but I don't know at what point we would cross the line of impeding the Auric mission.
I mean, our tattoos don't work anymore, though, right?
I think they do.
I thought they did.
And then we wish them?
Do take away from that I think I think what I'm hoping to communicate is, yeah, fight the Titan, kill the Titan. This is more about what happens afterwards than necessarily this particular threat. So fighting the Titan will not you will not be actively working against the Auric. At least that's what she's suggesting to you, if you consider her trustworthy.
Fair enough.
Y'all motherfuckers trust everybody.
I mean, no, I don't know shit all about Grimhilda. That's the first time I've talked to her in a while. Creeps me out.
Nagpa are demonic by nature, just so you know.
How many wish spells do we have left?
I mean, she's not an orange kind of stuff.
I have mine.
Only one.
No, you have three.
We have
left, right?
3?
Don't you?
Garrett, Delta, Hattie. I think.
And we have a fucking Fates card or something.
Yeah, we should probably use that before the campaign's over.
Hey,
That's just my
we have a
2 cents.
plan.
I mean, we are about to fight a thing that has 5 arms that we gotta
Do you
plot
just
here in isolation.
quickly want to tell us the plan so we can make sure it doesn't suck?
I mean, does anyone have any suggestions?
So you don't have a
No
plan.
plan.
This
Okay.
I'm pretty good with following orders. Sorry.
plan is to pull out the plan.
My plan is, I'll know the right time.
Why don't you just tell us? Are you afraid of Yumi in the sky?
Kinda.
Okay.
So that brings up a good point, though. If we kill this Demigoth Titan, like, what are we gonna do about fucking Jordy?
Murder him?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
what is that?
impeded on the murdering of Jordy.
Okay, what are the
Yeah.
three? The
Well, we're
three
gonna
of us
yeah,
gonna
three
do
of
about
us.
the murder of Jordy?
What
Because
happened?
Bellatrix isn't gonna be happy. Jordy's probably not gonna be happy.
Yeah, I don't know how fighting a founder dragon would go. That sounds like a bad step. So
Okay.
I mean, yeah, just
I mean, we
kill
don't really
him.
have an option. We kinda have to kill it,
We've
so.
made a lot of
Yeah, good.
enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do we got any allies for these arms?
Yeah, I think we can like each get like a gang of students / professors from our respective college.
Would vampires want this thing dead? Right?
There's no vampires.
There's never been vampires.
Right.
No. What?
Correct. My whole school's gone. It never existed now.
Yeah, but people exist. They're just in other schools.
No.
No, the school doesn't exist. So there's no professors, and the students that would be here got sorted into different schools.
It's so you'll remember Aurora, the RA from Silverquill, was a race called a Dampier, like a half vampire. You've probably seen some half vampires kind of running around, but there is no
Yeah.
vampire presence or group. And while you tend to see some formerly Silverquill, split on other campuses, students, the ones that would probably be the most objectionable did end up in Witherbloom, but there's, again, Witherbloom's whole thing really doesn't leave a lot of space for undead. Witherbloom likes the idea of death and rebirth, and kind of this undead thing is kind of seen as a violation of nature. So you're not seeing a lot of this kind of undead presence, which would include vampires and zombies and all that.
Huh.
Okay, who are we gonna get on our side from Lorehold? You kind of stole my Quandrix allies, so.
Yeah, honestly, I'm more homies with them than I am with people at Lorehold.
Really awkward.
Obviously, my boy back from the dead, Yelvin Dabo, got to go. Man,
Rampart.
I mean, young Jordy is Lorehold.
It's true.
He seems pretty oblivious to everything that's going on. So we
Yeah.
just really convince him to fight against his older self.
But does that officially create a time loop then?
We're in a time loop.
That's not for
I
us to
don't
worry
wanna
about.
think
That's
about
for
it.
Yumi in the sky to worry
Okay,
about.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Last
what if
campaign with
young-
time travel, I promise.
He can deal with the butterfly effect of all this.
Yeah, young Jordy can just take one of the demigod Titan's arms and just take
By
it back.
himself and just
Just
fucking
5
die.
minutes. Just removes it from its body 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's my one ally in Lorehold.
Yeah, I don't
Cause yeah, Ellie makes the Aria Quandrix, I'm pretty sure, and that's
They're all the hot one, aren't they?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, but MacGruber had a thing with one of them.
Can you text us your plan, please, Bri? I'm really nervous about
you mean
thinking. Can you just text it to us, please?
Why are you worried about it all of a
Because
sudden?
your plans are not always the best, and they're usually less than half-baked.
I'm just saying, if other people have plans,
Like,
they
the
can
oven
offer
isn't
it.
even preheated.
I was gonna say I guarantee you, it's 100% better than my plan because my plan doesn't exist. So
There you go.
I assume we would fight.
Famous last words.
Right.
Right.
I
Go
feel
back
like,
and
My
change
half-baked
before you
plan
even
is
come
still
to
better
Space
than no plan.
I can't wait for us to revisit this when we get a TPK out here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
and then Garrett will use the card to resurrect everyone but Eddie.
Fine.
But I will revivify her. I got you.
Oh.
Oh, sis. Hey, where is Bracken?
He's back. He's
You
ready to
know, I'm
rock and
so
roll.
glad you asked.
Oh, wait, is he trapped again?
Bracken's here, and he is ready to fight, and he has really dope abilities, so it's time for us to start taking him places when we go.
What campus is he part of?
Witherbloom, right?
Mm-hmm. Witherbloom.
So he
Yeah.
can get up some allies from Witherbloom for one of the arms.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm pretty sure Mayhem's probably a good guy. He was pretty cool in all our trials.
We're under the assumption that the professors are going to be helping now, right?
The plan, as Bellamachus laid out, is everyone is directed to set up defenses for their respective campuses. That's what most of the deans and professors will be doing, is trying to save the campus and to save lives as much as possible.
And
Bellamachus is leading a hand-selected offensive that would take care of the Titan and try to alleviate any need for any of these defenses. So not everyone's out, and I will say about 75% of the student body has left campus.
Can we leverage
Well-
the power of the media and have Shushu
Or
just...
they're going to be. They're going to be here for about another week because the Lore Hold school event is a week from now, and Velomachus has said we're going to keep to this schedule, and then as a break for all of these preparations. So in 1 week, everyone's invited to Lore Hold campus for the Hall of Memories, or the Hall of Portraits, I think is what I called it.
What's the worst that could happen at that event?
Everyone could
Nothing could go wrong.
I think we need to leverage the power of the media. Let's get Shushu on as an ally and get her to interview us on her show, and we can get people going.
I think I'm going to stay out of the radar. Are there
Yeah,
students...
who is this fucking guy?
Right. Are there students who are not wearing the school clothing? Like, do some students wear, like, their own clothing, or do they...
Nope, everyone is assigned to school.
Let's tell you as like a private investigator or like a mercenary that we hired to come in and take care of the issue.
Or maybe I'll just walk around invisible.
Or that.
I think we should get Caraway on our side. I know she was on Witherbloom's side before the time fuck, but
Oh.
maybe after the time fuck, she's...
I'm pretty sure Caraway and Belladros be plotting some evil ass.
Caraway did attend and was rebuffed at the naming of the Oracle when Pelanistra was now named the Oracle. Was rejected by Velomachus this time, and was still kind of thrown this lifeline by Belladros. So Caraway has been a Witherbloom student. She made her big pitch, was turned down, and Belladros kind of took her under her metaphorical wing.
I think we need a dungeon. I think we should put a few people in it.
Maritime law, we gotta put the dissenters in jail.
What if Hattie and Delta invite their parents and then they don't know that the other one is coming to the battle, and then maybe one of them saves the other one and they fall in love?
I support that.
Is that your face card plan?
And the power of their love defeats
You can come up with this plan.
Oh
with
my
our
gosh,
face
Jimmy,
card.
did we just ruin the ending?
At this stage, whatever's gonna happen's gonna happen. This is your story now.
It's never gonna end.
MacGruber, though, your family's rich. They could probably just like pay a bunch of people to fight, right? Could they just like buy an army?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to be like any good. Like, that's just souls at this point. I think like a normal dude shooting a bow and arrow against a gargantuan creature, I think is just going to get like stepped on.
I think that's the point. Like they're like just bodies that.
That's a
I'm not co-signing this match
very
for
oracle of you.
that is also going to bankrupt my family.
I think we're clock's ticking. I like the idea of Shushu, like announcing, like interviewing us, explaining why we're doing what we're doing, why it's important, how people can help, and just charismatically trying to beef up numbers. And then I say we plan to let the professors who have battle strategy give us some guidance of how we can be most effective and do that. How do we feel
I'm all
about
for
that?
that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be important that I am not present on Shushu's broadcast.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Deladros thinks that I'm on her side, so...
Well, the Auric think that we're on their side, so...
Well, whoever goes on, I will give you
Jennifer, I
some help.
guess.
I feel like Indigo is like cheerleader
Yeah,
popular.
sorry.
Like, okay.
Whoever's the most charismatic.
No, she's actually not very charismatic, but
I said charismatic.
Charismatic.
Whoever's the most charismatic.
That was very charismatic of you.
Yeah. They're the Riz. Who's got the Riz? Okay.
I do actually have concern that I do.
charisma.
Good.
My charisma's +1.
Well, let's see. By class, that should be sorcerer, warlock, bard, right?
But she may... I can't go on. Nobody knows who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So...
But you could convince us of who you are.
I have a +5
I could just kill a
persuasion.
student. Yeah, that's true.
I have a +5 persuasion and a +5 deception.
Okay. That works. If you have skills in it, I'll do that, and I will give you a bardic inspiration. Let me see. That's it. Add a D8.
Are you able to disguise yourself as someone else, Seth? Or can you be invisible and coach Jennifer on what to say, and then we can use your stats?
Can you just like put on some like gold and red clothes and just pretend you're a student?
I could, but then people from that school would be like, I haven't taken a single class. Who is that person? And then
What if
it's going to feel like manipulation. And
What if you wear different colors and you use a really cool accent and you pretend that you're from a different school?
Oh, this is my foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
What if we just say very vaguely that we're hosting open tryouts for new Tat Pack members, and we don't say what affiliation towards the Demigoth Titan we are leaning, then we can all be there.
Guys, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine. That's fine.
okay.
Oh wait, could we do like a Harry Potter like secret
Just be
training
friends.
thing?
Yeah, we could do it in the dive bar.
So can I get on Shoes and be like, hey
Yeah.
guys, come help us
Mm-hmm.
save Strixhaven?
Yeah. So, the next morning, you are invited on to... There
Shoo-shoo.
we go. Bye, Shishu. Hey, everybody! So this is the week of preparations. You guys, this is so exciting and so scary all at once. But I have with me here today one of our little celebrities on campus who has done some big things. Please welcome me to the show, our very own Indigo Mountain Twirl of Quandrix.
Hey, Strixhaven. I know that we all show a lot of pride in each of our individual schools at Mage Tower. Go, Pondrix. But we need to all come together and fight the fight against this big, huge Demigoth Titan together. I know it seems big and scary, but if we all come together, then we'll have no problem defeating it. So, all aboard.
Great. Help me do you want to do something persuasive with this, or is this just kind of rallying the troops? Like, are you asking for something specific?
Can I rally them without persuading them?
What you just said, I'm going to let stand, and I will let that influence as far as it is able.
I'm also kind of wanting to, like, those that are scared of it, are like, oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I encourage.
Oh, let's do this then. Let's see if your persuasion convinces anybody else to stay on campus.
That was the point.
Jennifer, could
Yes.
you maybe also tell people who don't feel comfortable fighting that even if they don't want to fight, they can contribute to the fight by donating all of their dope-ass magical weapons and or traps and or money?
Cash monies. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Make a
make
persuasion
roll.
check. Did you give her...
You can add a
With the
D8.
1d8, okay.
Something about that song Ovi played just lit a fire underneath you.
While she's talking, I am like invisibly playing in the background.
16.
16. Okay. I'll see if that, how that persuades people. You guys, isn't she just the best? She and the Tat Pack are examples for us to follow. The Scourge of Light, the Mundanes, everyone on campus is so bought into this, and we are going to be victorious, like for real. And so, everyone, come to the Lorehold thing. Let's show a show of unity, and it's going to be great. We're all going to survive, and we're all going to live to tell about this.
We're totally
Yeah,
No one's gonna die, it's fine.
I'm actually less persuaded now.
I have that effect on people.
Oh, shoo. Okay,
Okay?
good job.
And say sexy, Strixhaven.
And say sexy, Strixhaven.
That's right.
Wow, called out.
Yeah.
For everyone that's still alive, say sexy.
Should we try to talk to some of our professors that we're closest with to see if they'll actually help in the fight, not just play defense?
I feel like they're doing what they can. Like, the defense thing is going to be helpful.
We're just gonna assume all of Witherbloom just is kind of bad as shit, right?
That's right.
Bracken is going to rally a little
No,
group
Witherbloom-
together.
At least in...
Professor-wise.
So Professor Rubina and Professor Fidrina are, the flora and the fauna. So one's the centaur and one's the dryad. Are all bought in. Those of you with the twins, they are just as committed to preserving Strixhaven campus. They don't appear to know anything about this massive underplot. Fidrina does not want any of the creatures to be harmed in this process, and it's fucking walking through Witherbloom campus. There's going to be some collateral damage to both the environment and the creatures around. So they are committed to this and are supportive of any of the protective efforts. And they are the ones, they are spending their time to basically try and convince the plants to protect themselves and the animals to protect themselves. If that helps.
Yeah.
What about Bracken's dad is a straight up king? Why are we trying to defend this place?
Well, his
children?
mom's a queen. You don't know about his dad.
Ooh.
Okay. Dragon's parentage is royal, so why are we just relying on children? Don't we have potentially adults or armies or real people who could help us?
You have I believe, a gift from the queen herself that will call to your aid.
Oh.
Right? Didn't I give you like a horn of Valhalla or something?
That does feel correct, yeah.
So if you need their help, they will come to your aid when you blow the horn.
I'm really worried how much Jimmy is wanting us to prepare for this Demigoth Titan getting past Mountain 24.
I mean, I feel like we're not just gonna like win real good, so it's probably gonna happen.
Do we need to figure out the plan for these negative planes and why they're wanting to be?
There's monsters in them, and she wants to use the monsters to attack people.
I think she's gonna occupy all the defenses on all the campuses with other negative plane entities.
Let's go arrest Osmogod. For real.
You want to what?
Arrest Osmogod, is that the right word?
That's her name.
Yeah.
But like as a student arresting a teacher.
What's your jurisdiction on that?
I got a couple zip ties.
Okay.
And a secret bar.
So we're gonna kidnap her.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels like your idea is kidnapping.
Seizing?
Okay.
I mean, is there a way that we can stop Osmogod from opening these negative planes?
I possibly can order her to not for the next 30 days.
That would
Do
buy
that.
us some time.
You can just do that?
Maybe. I have a new spell.
But isn't she just gonna like get someone else to do it?
Possibly, yeah.
What should we do with all these wishes we got rolling around?
I would really like to exist when this is all over with, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just fade into the light. Who
I feel
knows?
like we're gonna have to use those three if the three orc want to exist after this.
Oh, that's true. That's... We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I was hoping we could take care of these tattoos.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to do that before.
Can we wish that the Auric never existed?
You could fake card it.
So,
I'm not trying to destroy
two
the
thoughts,
whole thing.
and I don't know if you're wishing to get... I'm going to give you some common sense thoughts, and then if you want more sagely advice, you can go seek that out. The wish card and the fate cards need to be specific. So something like the Auric never existed is not specific enough. You need to tell me the moment in time that needs to be affected by this. And really, the Fates card can help a past event. Wish cards don't really work that way. Again, look at the Wish spell in your in the spell app to see what your options are. Wishes can basically double any known level 8 spell or lower. You can cast it with that. Or you can do a couple of other things. So read in it. For the Fates card, though, Brian, the common sense recommendation would be don't use it on something that could just be done again.
Like the orc starting.
Like if you say, I don't want that person to eat that cookie, okay, you stop them from eating that cookie, but there's not really any reason why they wouldn't just get another cookie. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as you think about it, you want to think about something that would be very hard to either replicate or attempt again.
That Jordy's
does that make
parents
sense?
never had sex that one.
Yep.
I mean, the science side of things might suggest that might do the trick, right?
Permanent chastity belt.
Oh my
Just castrate Jordy's dad like
God.
really
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. But if this sort of conflict is fated to exist, then we might be dealing with all of this, except it's
different
Jinx,
person.
right, who's been the one.
Who?
Jackson.
Jax, whatever.
He said Jinx.
I did say Jinx.
Jaxie, Javi, Jordy, right?
Yeah,
Did not realize I loved all these J names.
Jaxie.
Okay.
Okay, let's do something tonight.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by that. Can you clarify your question?
Does he want the Demigoth Titan to destroy Strixhaven?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Good.
And Javi.
The Mundanis, while not innately powerful, have doubled their efforts. They are probably the most devoted to this. One of the things you learn, taking Vieric out of the equation for a second, the artisans that Tana has invited, the non-magical folk that are there to teach people about crafting weapons and materials and all this stuff, is they believe that they are a part of something so much greater than themselves. They consider it an honor. They have so much pride in Quandrix and this life that is fantastic. Even if they don't have the magic, they are so close to it that they, between Taurus and them, like, there are weapons out there. There are as much crafting can be done. Vieric has been probably the most vocal cheerleader from a magical student standpoint to support the Mundanis' efforts.
Can our first order of business be to find a better name for them? That feels a little derogatory.
Mundanis?
To
Yeah.
help.
That,
I mean, it's not Muggles. So.
I mean, Indigo's fine with the name staying. As the magic person herself.
Yeah, fair.
So.
What do we do
All our
now?
allies?
Well, let me, if I can
Vieric sounds like a
recap.
good start to start.
So if I can recap for you, in the course of this week leading up to the Lorehold school event, Velomachus has established 5 battalions, you being one of them. The Scourge of Light will be one. The Quandrix students that led by the Artificers Club would be one. The Lorehold has pulled out all of their ruin grinders, so the things that are digging deep into the pillar drop, the big machines that you may remember having seen when you went to visit Kolema, that were kind of carving out the caves, like these massive metal structures that have all these, kind of siege weapons built into them can be another. And then Quandrix constructs, all of the robots or the kind of constructs that were in the junkyard have offered to be an offensive as well.
Like Piper?
The one's much, much, much bigger than Piper.
Good. Offense.
So, unless you want to sub out somebody, for example, Prismari does not have a presence in there because Prismari doesn't really have a kind of secondary population. They don't really have machines. They don't really have creatures. Like, they tend to leave campus to go have their big adventures, or they're kind of in this dream world and kind of the world of imagination. So they, unless you want to repurpose Dean Talantis and Gallimaufry from protecting the school from whatever could come through the planar pools, Prismari doesn't really have a lot to offer unless you want to just try to gather students from the school who you might know, which would include Mayhem, Bank. Sirs is also technically a Prismari student.
Yeah, I assume Sirs isn't running away. He's probably going to be doing some shady stuff, so I don't want to talk to him.
If they're not trying to protect their place, why should we be protecting it?
Oh, they're going to have defenses. Talantis is
Okay, the
formidable. She's
professors,
almost
though,
as
the
tall as this
students?
thing.
That's cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
That seems
I think
shady.
it's all right. We got our people.
I feel like Jimmy just gave us an opportunity to get more allies, and you said, nah, we good, thanks.
I mean,
Spoken like
do you
a
want
true
Sirs as an
Prismari.
ally?
Well,
I
I
don't
think the problem is, like, so these portals are going to happen behind our backs on all the campuses during the Demigoth fight. So we're going to need some people back there doing some amount of something.
I mean, I think I'd rather have those people stay at Prismari to protect Prismari.
For what reason? If their students are just going to run and not protect Strixhaven?
Oh, they'll defend their school.
The professors?
Hmm. And the remaining students. So, like, Mayhem's not leaving.
Okay.
We're adventurers. We're not fighters.
Are we?
No, I mean Prismari.
Oh, sure. Lucky for you.
We are fighters. The
I feel like this
Prismari,
sounds like a great big old
student
freaking
body.
adventure.
not big fighters. Okay.
So if I understand, so defenses are being set up. The 5 battalions have been identified. You've recommended the best spot for this showdown to happen would be on or near the mountain of 24.
Yes.
I don't fully understand how you expect to lead it, like how to draw its attention. The one thing that Rizix and I can't remember if it was Pelanistra or not have told you is the Demigoth is almost like a beacon being drawn to its pact owner who owes it 1,000 souls. You know that to be Geordie. You know that on campus somewhere is a 19-year-old Geordie and a 25-year-old Geordie, and who knows if any other Geordie has popped up.
No shit.
And so
See.
that is what seems to be the reason it is heading to campus, is to claim what it is owed.
So we're going to use young Jordy as bait.
Hell yeah.
We need one, which is going to be the most easy one.
He's
That
gonna be
one-
so glad to just be able to hang out with Garrett again. He's definitely gonna come.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna do it as bait.
He's going to be so happy just to feel included, guys.
Should we move the Sphere of Annihilation, like, as we see, like, that it's coming closer? Or, like, if Jordy's here, will it just start coming closer to us?
How much annihilation does this spear do, too?
I think, like, an entire Demigoth Titan's worth. Maybe 2.
It disintegrates things that touch it. So I would imagine it's not going to disintegrate all of it, but maybe like a hand as it starts, you know.
What if we accidentally get Jordy a little bit?
Well,
I mean, I'm kind of worried that the lady that can control the sphere is kind of confused at what it can do.
yeah.
I mean, someone
Right
else
now,
can
that's
wear it. I
me.
don't care.
What are the chances that a demigod type can just like Misty Step and like teleport?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a classic
That
thing we're
feels
gonna
pretty
come
high,
across.
actually.
Yeah.
Why can't we keep this Sphere of Annihilation on someone and just move with it? Why does it have to stay in Mountain 24?
Because it's gigantic.
You can put it in your necklace, right?
I don't
No.
think
No,
so.
her necklace allows her to control it, I think.
It gives it
Oh,
a
you're not
big
even controlling
advantage.
it.
Right.
Indigo is.
Technically,
Yeah.
anybody can. We all have to make an Arcana check to move it, but whoever's attuned to the necklace gets a +10 to that check.
I'm happy to.
And right now, you already have. Right now, it's attuned to me.
She did it to turn into the dragon. Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like you can move those pretty quickly, right? They move like at your own speed.
Probably faster,
He's checking.
honestly.
Yeah, so much. It's speed of thought, really. Like, you can just implant it into, pretty sure.
I'm just worried that if we're moving this sphere of annihilation, we're going to accidentally like level the entire campus.
I don't think we could do it that fast, but that would be nice. We set it the campus, guys, by destroying it first.
Would you like
That's
to...
big superhero fight energy. Like, we destroyed the city, but we killed the demigod type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just worried like the casualties though of us using this sphere.
Would you like to be back in charge of it?
We're gonna tweak
You
it
can have
ever
that
so
on your
slightly,
conscience,
but
baby girl.
this is what it does. If you want to know.
Oh, dear.
Maybe we should tell Bill Moccasin that we even have a Sphere of Annihilation.
That's probably a good
Sure.
idea, yeah.
And like he can like plan that into the, you know, battle.
Strategy.
Did we go in the Sphere of Annihilation?
We did not go into it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe let's go talk to Bill Moccasin.
Bill Moccasin.
Well, we're gonna see him at the big ol' Lorehole shindig or whatever. Since he's the founding dragon of Lorehole, we could just snag him at that.
Okay.
What do you think the mood's going to be like at this party?
Lit, you know, like the last party before you die.
Like an Armageddon kind of party.
And someone
Everyone's getting laid.
Oh, really?
someone needs to tell probably him, since he's the eldest, that, you know, his little sister Granny Witherbloom's behind all of this, just so he knows.
Granny Weatherbloom.
I think he knows.
Yeah, I think I told
Yeah,
him.
we told all the
Okay.
main dragons.
Sorry.
I think I told him she's the one who brought it to this plane, and then
Good.
it has a pact
Well-
with old Narcales.
I feel better now. Okay.
My negative points
Sorry, I
about
can't
this.
really read it.
That's what you can.
Yeah, we'll tweak it a little bit. So the way that I would use this is we would do the dexterity check. Because the demigod is the size it is, it would basically annihilate a 5-foot square at a time, and we would remove that many hit points. Once it hits, though, it stops, and then the next move you could kind of eat your way through it eventually.
I was imagining like the size of a house, guys. It's 2 feet diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's like a this. Yeah,
So
Why did I think 60 feet? Where did I get that?
that's how far away you need to be from it to control it.
There he is.
all right, that is a lot of clarification. Cool.
All right, so we ready to fast forward to the day of the lore hold?
Yes.
Yep.
As you, here we go. God, I do not know what happened to this, and I have not taken time. The day of the lore hold is school event, which is the last major school event of the season before the kind of school year begins to. After this point, we start talking about graduation. There is a sobering sense. There's also a sense of appreciation for the diversion that is happening because everyone has been fixated on this. Everyone that has decided to stay, is starting to have those kind of pre-war jitters. The fact that the founder, at least one founder dragon, has been actively involved in this is somewhat unprecedented. This just doesn't happen very often that the dragons acknowledge a threat of this scale that could be threatening really to the school itself. And so there's a trust in the dragons' leadership and the fact that they are extremely powerful beings. But there's also this is still just school, and why not? And so as you show up, hang on, let me get to my notes. I can't do my notes and show you guys this. Dang it. All right, I'm going to take this off while I read it, and then I'll put it back on, okay? So as you all show up, Velamachus is there, flanked by Bectus and Grimhilda. And the other professors. Right now it's just the other Jordy. Jojira is not there. So really the only other professor available is Vicor Deepwell. Yalvandavo still has not been seen in public. But Dean Bectus steps forward, calls the crowd to order, which is substantially smaller. Some students have already left campus, and not everyone that is here today plans to be here when the Titan arrives. And she begins to address everyone in her kind of lion shape, woman's head, lion's body, wings of an eagle. She says, welcome to Lorehold. Lorehold has long held a belief that the stories of the past help inform and shape our future. Wisdom is found in the things that have been and should inform us for a better tomorrow. However, it is true that history does seem to repeat itself, for not all of us are willing to learn from the past and take the lessons and principles to bring them into the future, to create something new and to create something better. History is littered with the tension between order and chaos, and it seems that both are forces of nature that exist whether we allow them to or not. And it is in their harmony and their coexistence that we get life as we know it. Order without chaos has no free will. Chaos without order is decimation. We must find the balance where we live in harmony with one another. What you will experience today is curated memories throughout history. Famous figures, famous battles, famous moments in time. And you will be able to live those events preserved as memories and see them. You'll be able to interact with them. Your lives will not be at risk as they are just memories, but I will tell you your experiences within them will feel as real as you are standing here right now. There are 3 halls filled with portraits. If you wish to engage in a memory, you merely need to step through one of the portraits and be ushered into another time and another place. The first hall is the Hall of History, where we have preserved the memories of the past. The second hall is the Hall of Prophecy, where we look ahead to the things that may be. Our diviners, led by Vigor Deepwell, and our most advanced divination students, it's that one. Sorry. Nope. Have been able to capture what they believe are prophecies, things that may yet happen here on campus. And it would be worth it for you to see what they say, although I caution you, prophecy is still very much an art, not a science. The third hall is the Hall of Alternatives, times that have never been and never will be, but could have and may yet exist in alternate times dimensions. Those have been captured by some of our most ancient and most experimental magics between us. So I encourage you to go and to be curious, to relive or to live into the future, to see the consequences and effects of decisions, to see how decisions were made, to see the successes and the failures of those who were, those that will be, and allow that to inspire within you a wisdom for your life and our future. As everyone is dismissed, you are, pull this up now, able to see 3 halls. You have a Hall of Memories or a Hall of History. I think that's what I think I called it, a Hall of History. I like memories better though. It's called a Hall of Memories, a Hall of Prophecy, and a Hall of Alternatives.
I feel like I could add some information to the Hall of Alternatives.
So what we'll do is, if you would like to explore any of these, you can. Instead of telling you everything that's there, I will tell you a few paintings that catch your eye. Those are the ones that I have prepared. And you can decide if you want to engage with them at all.
Did you finally meet Jesus?
I'm interested in the Hall of History, Hall of Memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Down the Hall of Memories is... There are a variety of styles of paintings. Some of them are portraits of people, famous people. And the ones given kind of the most prominence are those, especially in the history of Strixhaven. For example, the oracles. Nearly every oracle in this timeline's memory is represented there. You do see some kind of signature battles from yesteryear, from across the multiverse. You see colonization. You see attacks of, alien species. You see treaties and reunifications. You see evolution of time, of habitation, of discovery. The 3 that catch your eye are obviously the ones that you would have the most emotional attachment to. You see, pictures of 3 particular oracles, some of which you have encountered. You see Kolema of Lorehold, Count and Singors of Prismari, of Quandrix, and Jadzi of Prismari.
Of Prismari?
Jadzi was Prismari. Mm-hmm.
Which one were you?
Silverquill.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So, basically, you could go in and have a chat with them. Or
Oh.
at least their memory.
Okay, yeah, let's, oh geez, let's start with Jobsy.
Okay? Now, you don't have to do all these, but these are...
Okay, well, I want to talk to Jobsy, yeah.
As you go in, as you step into her picture, you remember it looks like her little hut. You remember her little cottage with the little smokestack, the white picket fence, kind of in the dome there on the desolate plain of Pandemonium. And it is. She's there. She's making a cup of tea, which you remember. In her sweet demeanor, and she has this kind of glowing dot on her forehead. And you notice, though I think it's lost on many of the others, that she also has a similar time variance tattoo or time exclusion tattoo that you do. And as you, the six of you step in, she turns around. 6 cups of tea have already been prepared and are waiting for you on little coasters and little trays with little cookies on them. She turns around and she says in her sweet voice, well, if it isn't my favorite sextet here, welcome back.
How many of us are there again, Jobsy?
6 of you.
2,
I
4.
know, that must be so validating for you to be in the presence of, like, someone who remembers your last name.
Yeah.
Can I, go up and just, give her a hug? And
She
be like,
absolutely
"I miss you."
does. She does that kind of old lady chuckle, of just like, oh, sweetheart. And she does seem to recognize Ovi, who Seth just left.
I don't know when we are or where we are. It's just really good to see you.
Oh, it's good. Good to see you too. It's I want you to know how much I appreciate our little chat when you came to visit me. And try as we might, we tried to avoid the worst. But alas, here we are. And time moves forward.
Yeah. I don't know. It's we're in a pickle right now, and I honestly, I don't know. It's that's a very hopeful statement, but I don't know. I'm not feeling very hopeful right now, and I think we all could use some advice or encouragement.
My young student, what is it that you hope for?
Not dead.
I hope to protect the people I care about and the institution that I think is ultimately here for good.
Why?
Because I don't want to see any of that taken away.
Why not?
I don't know. Is it selfish to not want that to be taken away?
What if it is?
Damn you, Jotzi. You wise, loving grandmother figure.
Who told you that selfishly wanting something beautiful in your life that seems to benefit you and bring beauty and joy to those around you, who told you that that's selfish to want to preserve that?
Christy.
Guys, we're getting deep. This is a therapy session now.
Are you asking me or Indigo?
Well, it all started with my relationship with my mom. I don't know. I think, I mean, I don't think I think it's selfish. I think it's something that I should want.
Then want
I feel
it.
like we're here to serve the greater good and protect those that we care about.
Then do it. And do it with all your heart and passion. Want it so bad that it can't fail. Don't hold back. Is that not, dear Prismari student, is that not what we are about? Is not leaving anything unexperienced, anything unfelt, any corner of the world unexplored. You have the blood of Galazeth Prismari within you. Every day of your life is an invitation to be an adventurer. Don't live life holding back. Don't run away.
I won't.
Face it, for that is how you will figure out what is truly who you are and what you are capable of. Because the world needs people who know who they are.
I understand. Thank you, Jotzi. And I go give her another hug, and then I'll just like escort me and the Tap Pack out.
Well, anybody else can talk to her that wants to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dictate that conversation, Brian.
I don't have anything.
She does look at you, and there's something about... So she would have died before Shadrax left.
Right.
So you have this... She, in her lifetime, would not have experienced that. However, as you go to kind of walk past her, she looks at you, and she says, "Our dear Mr. Lightfoot isn't the only one who must remember who they are."
I do know who I am.
Oh?
Most of the world does not, though.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
And don't ever let it. I believe in you. You are the ember,
Oh, God.
and you will shine.
Thank you. I'm going to, as we walk out, and whenever we walk out, I will pull out my,
Stringed instrument.
yep.
Loot?
Oh my gosh, words. And just like start playing a little fiery caliente. So to motivate myself mainly.
Aw.
Okay?
Delta would like to go to the Hall of Alternatives.
Okay?
Do it.
So MacGruber's team Hall of Parentheses as well.
Yeah, prophecy for me.
Hall alternatives.
Let me remember who is there. There are two... this is... The Hall of Alternatives has the fewest... the fewest portraits there. MacGruber, you would know from the few classes you have taken at Lorehold that
You showed up for.
it is really tiptoeing into some very experimental magics. Dean Bectus, as having some influence over time, really is exploring the breath. It's not really divination. It is this idea of kind of alternate options, things that could have happened but didn't. And so out of the small handful of portraits that you find there, the two of you that go, you see, let me show you, I'll show you the pictures.
Yeah, which two?
Who went? I heard two people say they wanted to go.
Alternatives?
Yeah.
He was saying he wanted to go to prophecy, not alternatives.
Wait, who wanted to go to alternatives?
Stephanie.
Stephanie did. Okay.
Me.
Sorry. And you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go then Delta Obi, because that's what I have pulled up here.
Okay.
You see two portraits. One is of a dragon that looks not quite right, but very, very close to the black and white dragon of Shadrach's Silver Quill in dragon form.
Oh, okay.
The other picture you see, come on, is a picture of a dragonborn warrior. You've seen pictures of Kuldana Melchizedek. She was the Silver Quill Oracle before Kolema. She was the one that in your original timeline made the parlay with the Nine Hells that kind of changed everything. Only this depiction of her is she's far more athletic, regal, powerful fighter. She was far more of a mage in your timeline. This makes her appear far more warrior-like and even kind of nobility. But she's not the right color. In this picture, she's more white-silver. When she was there, she had kind of a purplish, bluish kind of hue to her. So it's close enough, but not quite. But those are the two alternative portraits that you see there.
Obi, do you recognize any of these?
That's definitely Shadrach's, or a variation of it. This one I've only seen in a textbook. I think she was the one who originated the whole concordance with hells.
That little thing.
Yeah, problematic. I think I would like to talk to Shadrach's Echo. Are you interested in either one of these?
Yeah, I'll go with you to
Okay.
the Purple Dragon.
Let's do it. We step in.
So as you step in, you are in a dark lair of a dragon. And as soon as you step in, the dragon sniffs and turns its face to you. And it says, "Who approaches the lair of Chandric Silverpin? Shiverpin."
That's unfortunate.
Who is this guy?
I am your progeny from another timeline.
Progeny
exist.
from another timeline, you say? How might I know that you speak the truth?
I say in Draconic. Use your dragon sight. Look through my memories. Look at yourself. I don't know if that works.
He kind of moves his head to you. He starts sniffing you, almost as if there's a scent he's trying to catch up on.
Silverpin.
I have few memories of times, let alone times that have never been. Tell me, in your time, what is the world like?
That's complicated.
And what does the name of Chandric's Shiverpin mean?
In my timeline, you were known as Shadrach's Silver Quill.
Stupid name.
Your ego has doomed us all. And I came hoping for insight on how to avoid that.
Avoid one's ego.
To address it? To use it for the benefit of yourself versus hanging yourself with your own ego?
Dragons are notoriously egotistical. It's in our nature to be so.
But you enjoy overcoming nature and combining it in unusual ways.
Yes.
Does Obi ever look over at me?
100%. I'm
We
looking
make
at
eye
you.
contact.
Yes. Help, girl.
Okay, so we make eye contact real quick, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, has he always been this way?
100%. It's terrible. And I hit you with a link, so now you don't have to look at me.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
He begins to walk kind of around the lair, kind of start monologuing a little bit.
Okay.
He says, what is the nature of the ego? What is the nature of a world without but vulnerability and weakness? And what you might describe as ego is confidence and power and charisma. And if one has such things, why would one hide? Why would one run away? Why would one self-diminish when so much can be done? Do you not believe yourself to be powerful, O dragonkin?
Your argument is comparing apples and oranges. I didn't say ego was bad. I said yours in particular led you
Is
to
bad.
ruin. Yeah, you led yourself to ruin. Margarita, sorry, kicked it. Sorry. And the rest of us.
So I
Everything out of
am
balance.
So I am responsible for those who made their own decisions in your timeline.
No, you were responsible for your decision in your timeline, in my timeline.
And exactly how did my ego come to my demise?
When you refused to accept the fact that you had created a monster that was hunting you down. And it succeeded. For him, not you, obviously.
So again, I'm responsible for the decision of my hunter, whose ego and hubris is really at work here.
Your own for not addressing it.
So in your timeline, I was weak. That's a good lesson to learn.
The wrong freaking lesson.
Well,
Your Shadrix Silverquill seems like there were many lessons still left to learn.
what lesson do you think this Silverquill needed to learn?
Sounds like he subjugated himself unnecessarily, put himself in harm's way, created a monster that could best him, and then turned his back while it did?
Yes.
The stupidity does not sound like any dragon that I know.
Okay.
Okay.
You speak as if this Shadrix of yours was afraid.
He was being hunted. I was trying to find out the reason why we were getting close, but we weren't able to figure it out in time.
Then maybe learn from his lesson and do not let fear make your decisions for you, lest you misstep and let others more powerful have their way.
Well said.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
also am on a margarita. I don't know what that just happened.
I look at Hattie and like, we're not getting anything else from this. Do you need
I would like to go. This guy
100%?
dragon does not. He's not going to know anything.
Nope. Bowing. We're gonna like back without turning our backs in case he's hungry. I don't know. We're going to try leaving.
Well, as you step out,
Yeah.
there is an eye contact the dragon makes with you, and he says, Will you avenge your patron?
That is the plan, yes.
And you step out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to save this fucking guy.
He wasn't that bad. He was like close, but Shadrack's was a 7. That was a 10.
All right. Still
Only
bad.
70% Nazi. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's well captured. And going back a year, literally in our game time, back to session 0, there was a kindness to your Shadrax that he thought the world of you.
That's the guy I knew. I saw that attitude when he went up against the Raven Queen. And that was the first time
Yes.
I saw a massive amount of ego.
Yeah.
That confused me. Yeah.
Right. So you get, and yeah, great. Perfect. I think you got what I wanted.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In the Hall of Prophecy, for the last 2 of you that were going there, everyone is huddled around the same portrait. And it is the prophecy of the attack on Strixhaven. You see the picture of this massive being. Again, the portrait is static unless you choose to walk through it, but it's very obvious what you're going to find on the other side. You get the sense that there are some students who want to know and want to see and see it as something potentially educational. You also see others that are horrified by this and are really using it as motivation to not let it be.
I want to go in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So MacGruber and Indigo, as you step in, it is chaos. It is well into whatever battle has happened. You are stepping in kind of mid-stream, and it is, the school is decimated. It is on fire. The biblioplex has been virtually all but destroyed. The cobblestone streets that you walk every day have been upended. There are dead bodies everywhere. Only they don't appear to have been struck with weapons or bludgeoning. It's like, actually, why don't you make, between the 2 of you, you can make either a nature or an arcana check for me to see what kind of conclusion you come to. You need to know this picture right here took me days to find, and this was the best one I could do.
It's good.
I got a 21 for Arcana.
Let me try to do better.
We try to do better. No competition here.
I got a 30.
A 30 Arcana?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did you get a 30? What's your Arcana bonus?
Plus 12.
Holy shit.
Rogues and bards, man.
Yeah, right.
Expertise
Rogues and
makes a
bards.
difference.
You get that expertise in there. These bodies are strange to you in that, again, there doesn't seem to be this obvious injury that killed them. And as you watch what happens, this massive creature, and again, it doesn't have Bigfoot feet like that. It's got cloaks that kind of go to the ground and kind of floats kind of across the ground. It's got the 5 arms. It's fairly accurate to what you know this creature probably looks like and what Delta has told you.
And what I saw in Mr. Jones.
As you look, the face, or whatever it has for a face, looks over at an army of students remaining who are kind of making a last battle, a last attack towards it. And you see it kind of Dementor style begin to inhale. And just like in Harry Potter, like this aura around them begins to get sucked up into this. And as it continues this inhalation, you see some of them, just through sheer force of will, are able to resist it and retain their hold on their essence. But about half of them, you see what you would know with a 30, something akin to their souls being sucked out of their body and sucked into the creature itself. You also see floating kind of way up in the air, kind of almost 100 feet up in the air, almost at face level with it, an older man, probably in his 60s, with simple brown robe, gray hair, gray beard, that is standing there just kind of observing all that is happening.
When was this prophecy made?
In this school year.
Okay. Not as
Do we recognize the facial features of the old man?
It's pretty far away. Why don't you make a perception check? You can do it too.
I know better.
Oof, not great. 6.
19.
19. There's a solid chance that it's an old Geordie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Are we seeing anyone attack it and it working or not working?
Velomachus's body is crumpled on the ground.
As in Bellamachus lower hold.
In dragon form.
Dang. That's not what we wanted to hear.
We're cooked.
At
Sorry,
least
do you guys know what
the-
that means?
No.
Uh,
What? But this was not fact. This is a prophecy.
Correct.
You, here's what I think this is fun.
Okay.
Actually, both of you
I
make
don't.
make another perception check for me. We'll see how much you get.
Not the one I want to do.
Come on.
Oh no. 5.
Oh, wow. All right.
13.
roll a different die, Drew.
You do, so with a 13, I'm going to tell you do spot bodies you recognize from around campus. You do see the 5 of you, not Ovi, behind this monster, still trying to attack. You run your battalion. 3 of you are still alive, still standing to fight.
Is little Jordy around?
Make a perception check specifically, or an investigation check. That's a D12, isn't it?
Perception. Nat 20 plus 12 for investigation.
For
30.
little Jordy?
Good grief.
Yes, Jordy is still around. He is hiding, scared. You catch him kind of through the rubble on the other side, closer to Lorehold campus. Pretty devastated about what's going on, but still
There's
alive.
Sphere of Annihilation around. No.
Ooh, good question. This is hard because I don't know what y'all are going to do, so I don't what would the prophecy be?
That's why I'm wondering when the prophecy was made.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was made this school year.
I'm going to say no, it's not there, and that's why there was all that destruction.
I'm going to say it is not. That's one of the things you would notice as absent. Ovi is not there, and you don't see this sphere.
Who are the 3 alive people?
Oh yeah.
I was going to have you roll for that. Can all of you roll? And let's just say 3 highest rolls are still alive.
You just roll a 20.
So straight D20.
13.
6.
Oh,
Nothing
boy.
without my bonuses.
That's fine.
No.
I got a 4. I'm dead.
4,
10.
6, 13. What'd you get, Shelby? 10?
10.
Brian?
1.
1?
Wow, Delta's got this on lock.
Seriously. What do you have? You had 6, and Drew, you had
The lady
4.
that burned all her Revivify cloaks is alive at the end.
So all the ladies are alive. Did I do that right?
Gotcha.
And I don't exist.
With a 6.
In the vision.
Okay. So what happened to Jordy then? Why is he the way he is?
What about Delta and Hattie's parents? Are they?
Are they back together?
It's a prophecy. They do not appear to be present.
I almost went to the
You're in a
Halloween
death
reading
embrace
story
with
about my
smiles on
parents.
the face.
Well, damn. Guys, I think we got work extra hard this week.
The fact that there's like Jordy number 4 now really is not great.
Technically 5, but whatever.
Well, we got Student Jordy, Auric Jordy, Professor Jordy.
Well,
And
you've
now
met
Jordy.
4. You've met 4 of them because there were 2 25-year-old Jordans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
One, they were just like 6 months apart.
Gotcha.
As you exit this painting, caught up in your thoughts, the sobering reality of what you just saw, a gong goes off around campus. And you hear the kind of emergency broadcast signal come up, and Velomachus Lorehold's face comes up on the camera and says, "The Demigoth is here to your battle
I was
stations."
actually gonna say we were really, really counting on that math that someone did a few days ago.
Well, it was the
Who the hell did that
Witherblade
now?
can never be trusted. So.
That's
We didn't
true.
even question it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I should have looked at what clothes I was wearing.
What?
Oh, you're about to become a dragon. It.
Oh,
To see that it was today.
it was probably
We
covered in
didn't
blood.
time
And
to
you
do a
could tell.
long rest.
So hold up, we should be fine.
We've already had one.
We're fine.
I don't think I've used any
I haven't
spell
fought
slots.
anybody today.
Okay, so next session, we will do a little prep because it's not like it's at Strixhaven's door, but it is now on the Witherbloom campus you have explored. It's that close. Does that make sense? When we get back together, I'll remind you of what you know about Witherbloom campus and transportation and all of that
Oh,
kind of stuff. And we will do a little fight. What I'm going to do is come up with some mechanics for the other groups, and I'm just going to make it simple. So the Titan will have kind of a set amount of hit points, and you will each kind of have your unique turns to kind of for your fifth of it, and then I will kind of roll for them. If they're successful, they get kind of a full amount of firepower. If they're not, they get some still hits because it's groups of people. Velomachus will have a role to play. So I'm gonna try and speed through all these other people that are helping attack, and we'll keep you updated on how it's affecting them, the campus, and then you guys can figure out how to utilize your collective skills to make this work.
We're grabbing Jordy.
Okay?
He's coming with us.
You can try and persuade him to do that.
I got you. I got
No
you.
worries.
I got it.
Nobody says no to Ovi,
Yeah.
the new stranger on campus.
Hi, buddy. Come with us.
We have
buddy.
Hey,
Candy.
buddy.
All right. Are we on for actually
Someone-
next week? We're not on because we have games, right?
Yes. Correct.